In baseball, you can be a hero or you can be a villain. But if you're a fan with bad timing, dumb luck, or years of relentless persistence, you might end up being both. Because in this game, fans don't always stay in the stands. Some make a job out of catching foul balls. Some interfere with history. And some just sit behind home plate dressed like a highlighter. They go viral, they get blamed, they get banned, and in one case, get mailed a literal box of shit. From glove grabbers to ball hawks to a guy who got blamed for an entire franchise's curse, these are the stories of baseball's most notorious fans. Spectators who, for one reason or another, became part of the game's history. Let's start with the most recent.
Not afraid to throw. Right by Torres, bats in the corner.
October 29th, 2024. Game 4 of the World Series, Yankees versus Dodgers. Mookie Betts reaches into foul territory to catch a routine fly ball. And then, this guy shows up. Austin Capobianco, 38 years old, Connecticut native, diehard Yankees fan, and now notoriously hated. In what might be described as one of the most New York moments imaginable, Austin went for the ball by prying open Mookie's glove and slapping it loose. The result? Immediate ejection, MLB indefinite ban, relentless hate messages, and a literal box of poop sent to his parents' house. Just a few months after the incident, Austin got a call from his brother about a strange package with some weight to it that had shown up to their parents' door. Turns out, someone had mailed literal shit to the old address still linked to him online. On top of that, Austin was flooded with hundreds of hate messages, voicemails, and because the internet is the internet, unsolicited dick pics. All thanks to his phone number getting leaked. Things got so bad that Gronk had to step in. An old college buddy of Austin's, because of course he was, Rob Gronkowski went on TV the day after the incident and defended him.
Boy,
Are
he's
you
a beauty.
Okay,
he is a beauty.
Okay,
And I just want to say congratulations for shining when your moment came.
He admitted what Austin did was wrong, but said that he was a good guy, and honestly, it was pretty on brand for the guy he knew, someone who just really cared about his team. Austin now says he regrets it. It was a spur-of-the-moment decision, and he admits he messed up. So while Yankee fans crowned him a legend, the rest of the baseball world is still praying for his downfall. Zack Hample is an interesting guy, to say the least. He's made catching baseballs his entire personality, and somehow, it's worked. To date, he's snagged over 12,000 baseballs at Major League games. He runs a YouTube channel where he documents himself catching foul balls, batting practice balls, home run balls, commemorative balls, you get it. Honestly, if it's round, small, and leather, Zack probably wants it. He's even caught some milestone ones, such as Mike Trout's first home run and A-Rod's 3,000th hit, which also happened to be a home run. But along with this, he's also caught a lot of heat from the baseball community, thanks to a long list of controversies he's managed to find himself in over the years. For example, he once tried to use Tinder to scheme his way into a game meant exclusively for active duty service members. Yeah, Tinder, like the dating app. Back in 2016, Major League Baseball hosted a special game at Fort Bragg in North Carolina, an active military base. It was a regular season game between the Braves and the Marlins, and the event was intended for only current service members. When Zack heard about it, he immediately started scheming. His first idea, for whatever reason, was to make a Tinder account and try asking around for help. When that didn't work, he tried other methods and eventually connected with a friend of a friend who agreed to bring him as a guest. Zack went to the game, posted about it on Twitter, and was immediately hit with a wave of backlash. He later apologized, calling it an honest mistake. He said he believed it was okay since he was invited as a guest, and even donated to a veterans charity, but regardless, it definitely left a mark on his reputation. Of course, that wasn't the last time Zack found himself in hot water. A few years later in Colorado, he got into it with a stadium usher. Long story short, Hample was ball hawking at Coors Field, and this usher John wouldn't let him into a different section to try to get a home run ball. The two got into it, and the interaction went viral.
All right, it's a home run ball. I'm gonna go for a home run ball. Come on. Don't be that strict. That's ridiculous.
Well, too bad. Listen, we got an area here. You stay in that area.
Telling me I can't move 10 feet for a home run is ridiculous. Stop enforcing BS rules that you make up on the spot. It's a home run ball. People can try to catch a home run.
All in all, he's been called a clown and a loser by Marcus Stroman, dissed by Clayton Kershaw, and roasted in countless newspapers. And it's pretty safe to say he's hated by many. But to his 670,000 YouTube subscribers, he's the king of ball hawks. And whether you like him or not, well, he's gonna keep on doing his thing either way. There's only one fan who's been blamed for a curse. In 2003, the Chicago Cubs were 5 outs away from the World Series. It was Game 6 and the Cubs had a 3-run lead in the 8th. Then Luis Castillo hit a foul ball. Moises Alou went up for the catch, and Steve Bartman, like every other fan around him, reached out. Except he made contact, and Alou freaked. The Cubs then proceeded to collapse. 8 runs, game blown, the next night, series blown. And Bartman, a soft-spoken, turtleneck-wearing, headset-listening Cubs fan, became the most hated man in Chicago. His address got leaked, and he was even offered witness protection, all for doing what every fan would do in a situation, reach for the ball. In the following years, people tried to make things right by offering Bartman all sorts of things, from interviews to opportunities to throw out the first pitch, or even Cubs playoff tickets, but he rejected them all, opting to keep his life private. After they finally broke their 108-year World Series drought, the Cubs gave him a personalized championship ring. Only then did he issue his first public statement in years to thank them, and then he promptly disappeared again. Because Bartman didn't want fame, he just wanted the Cubs to win, and now that they had, he could finally live his life in peace. Imagine Where's Waldo, but instead of red and white, it's just highlighter orange and unrelenting self-promotion. Meet Lawrence Levy, aka Marlins Man. He's not banned, he's not violent, he's just everywhere. World Series, yup. Sunday Night Football, yup. Horse racing? Absolutely. If a camera is rolling, Marlins Man is in frame. Armed with a bright orange jersey, credit card points, and a seemingly endless travel budget, he became a living meme by sitting behind home plate in Marlins gear, no matter who was playing. After being falsely diagnosed with cancer in 2014, he decided to live his life to the fullest, which apparently means dressing like I did in 7th grade and inserting himself in every big moment. He's taken strangers to games, given to charities, and proudly repped the Miami Fish through it all. And then, he broke up with them. It all started in 2017, when Derek Jeter, fresh off taking over the team, held a fan town hall. Like many Marlins fans, Marlins Man was furious about the new ownership gutting the team's core. Things escalated quickly, eventually leading to him hitting the Hall of Famer with the classic, "Do you even know who I am?" After that, Marlins Man tried to negotiate a $200,000 package to renew his season tickets behind home plate for the 2018 through 2020 seasons. He also demanded a promotional Marlins Man Monday for every Monday home game, which the team rejected. The two sides kept on trying to find a compromise, but talks eventually fell apart, and by March 2018, Marlins Man publicly denounced the team and declared himself a free agent. He said he'd keep wearing the jersey and visor, but was now open to swapping out the Marlins logo for any team that he claimed actually valued him. He also kept throwing non-stop shade at Derek Jeter, calling him Darth Derek, saying he had the ego of Mount Everest, and comparing his front office to the Titanic. At one point, he even called the former Yankees captain a virgin, which, I mean, come on. But all that drama aside, it didn't take long for Marlins Man to find his way back to his beloved team. In September of that same 2018 season, he bid on and won a Marlins charity auction, which let him sign a one-day contract with the team and get an exclusive broadcast experience. Not much news has come from him since, but one thing is still certain. You can still catch him behind home plate, visor and jersey on, and still repping the Marlins. In 1996, the Yankees were trailing the Orioles 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th in the first game of the ALCS, when Derek Jeter hit a deep fly to right. Orioles outfielder Tony Tarasco tracked it, reached up, and then a 12-year-old snatched it from him. Enter Jeffrey Maier, a child who reached over the wall and pulled a live ball into the stands, getting it ruled a home run. In today's day and age, this play would have been reviewed and called blatant fan interference. But back in 1996, the umpire's ruling was final. So the Yankees tied the game, won in extras, won the series, and ultimately won the World Series. Meanwhile, Baltimore fans developed a deep generational hatred for a middle schooler. Maier became a local celebrity in New York, sitting behind the dugout during the World Series, doing press tours, and getting compared to royalty. All while Orioles fans, and probably the rest of the country, loathed. Even the ump admitted later that he got the call wrong. Maier is now 40. He has kids, he played college baseball, and he still gets mentioned every time a fan interferes with a fly ball. Pretty much the anti-Bartman, he helped his team win, even if it meant traumatizing an entire city in the process.